Cyrus Ingerson Scofield, a name etched in the annals of biblical interpretation, remains a figure shrouded in controversy. Born in 1843, Scofield rose to prominence in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, leaving an indelible mark on evangelical Christianity with his seminal work, the Scofield Reference Bible. Yet his legacy is one entwined with accusations of a questionable past, casting a long shadow over his theological contributions. Scofield's early life was marked by instability and allegations of impropriety. Accused of forgery and embezzlement, he abandoned his first wife, Leontine Serre, and their two daughters. These actions, though often glossed over by his supporters, raise serious questions about his character and integrity. Critics argue that these personal failings should be considered alongside his theological work. The cloud of suspicion hanging over Scofield's past inevitably colours the lens through which one approaches his most famous work. Was this man, accused of such serious transgressions, driven by genuine spiritual conviction or by ulterior motives? The answer to this question lies at the heart of the debate surrounding the Scofield Reference Bible and its enduring impact on Christian thought. The Scofield Reference Bible, published in 1909, quickly gained traction within evangelical circles, becoming a staple in homes and churches across America. What set this Bible apart was not simply its translation, but rather the extensive annotations and commentary woven throughout the text. These annotations, penned by Scofield himself, presented a particular interpretation of Scripture, one that emphasized dispensationalism and its implications for the Jewish people. Dispensationalism, a theological framework embraced by Scofield, posits that history unfolds in distinct eras or dispensations, each governed by a specific covenant between God and humanity. Central to this framework is the belief in the future restoration of a Jewish kingdom in Palestine, a prerequisite, according to Scofield, for the second coming of Christ. This interpretation fueled the nascent Zionist movement, providing a theological justification for the establishment of a Jewish state. The problem, critics argue, is that Scofield's dispensationalist reading of the Bible is highly selective, often twisting Scripture to fit a predetermined narrative. They point to the lack of consensus among biblical scholars on many of Scofield's interpretations, arguing that he imposed his own idiosyncratic views on the text. Furthermore, the widespread adoption of the Scofield Reference Bible, with its pro-Zionist leanings, had a profound impact on the evangelical world, shaping the political views of generations to come. Adding fuel to the fire of controversy surrounding Scofield is the alleged role of the Rothschild family in the publication and dissemination of his Bible. The Rothschilds, a prominent Jewish banking dynasty, were known for their support of Zionist causes, including the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. While concrete evidence directly linking the Rothschilds to Scofield remains elusive, circumstantial evidence and historical context have led to widespread speculation about their involvement. Proponents of this theory point to the significant financial resources required to publish and distribute a work of such magnitude as the Scofield Reference Bible. They argue that Scofield, with his checkered past and limited financial means, would have been hard-pressed to finance such an endeavor on his own. Furthermore, the rapid and widespread adoption of the Scofield Bible, particularly among influential evangelical leaders, suggests a well-orchestrated campaign to promote its acceptance. While the extent of the Rothschilds' alleged involvement remains a matter of debate, the possibility of their influence raises important questions about the motivations behind the promotion of the Scofield Reference Bible. Was it purely a matter of theological conviction, or were there other agendas at play? The answer to this question has profound implications for understanding the relationship between Zionism, evangelical Christianity, and the geopolitics of the Middle East. The Scofield Reference Bible, regardless of one's stance on its theological interpretations or the alleged role of external influences, left an undeniable mark on the landscape of Christian thought. Its impact on the evangelical world in particular has been profound, shaping attitudes towards Israel, prophecy, and the role of Christians in the world. However, this legacy is not without its critics, who argue that Scofield's dispensationalist theology has had a distorting effect on Christianity, fueling a dangerous brand of Christian Zionism. One of the most significant criticisms leveled at Scofield's legacy is the way in which his work has been used to justify uncritical support for the State of Israel, often at the expense of Palestinian rights. By framing the establishment of Israel as a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, Scofield's followers often turn a blind eye to the plight of the Palestinians, dismissing their concerns as irrelevant or even contrary to God's plan. Furthermore, critics argue that Scofield's dispensationalism has led to a distorted understanding of the relationship between the Church and Israel. By creating a theological dichotomy between the two, Scofield's followers often view the Church's role as primarily one of supporting Israel's political and territorial ambitions, rather than advocating for peace and justice for all people in the region. This has resulted in a dangerous conflation of theology and politics, with potentially devastating consequences for both Israelis and Palestinians. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe to our channel, like and share the video, and feel free to comment below with your thoughts.